Hey girl, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Pretty great, pretty great.
How's the weekend starting?
Uh, well, not that great because like I went for like for like breakfast, and since everything is closed, it was so cold by the time like we got our breakfast, and I was just like,
Yeah, I feel you.
yeah. I just
What did you order?
I don't know, like eggs,
You
potatoes.
couldn't make eggs. Wait, did you order eggs?
Yeah, and potatoes, and then like waffles, and
that girl actually ordered eggs. From where?
from Le Frier.
Was it like some fancy eggs?
Nah, it was just like an omelette,
I
like that.
I'm so done with you.
Okay.
Anyway, those drinks are really nice. I feel like we should show them off.
Yes, we should show them off.
That's so cute. Do you wanna tell people what's in there?
Okay, so there's grenadine, which is like pomegranate,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like a shot of lemon.
You wanna raise it? I don't think.
Oh yeah. So there is the red one. It's gonna be pomegranate juice.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a shot of lemon vodka. Then there's blue carousel. And for the blue carousel, I actually like diluted it. I guess I put 1 shot of blue carousel and 4 shots of water. And for the blue carousel, like it was like half mine and half yours.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty easy. Honestly, you can always like add a little bit of simple syrup if you like it like on the sweeter side. Really up to you, but it's a really cute little drink. It's really cute drink. You know what I mean? I feel like I like summery drinks.
There seems to be a disconnect, right?
Yeah. Because it's so cold.
So cold, and
So
we are there, sipping on colorful cocktails.
Yeah. Wait. So what are our topic? What are we talking about?
I was just hanging out on the internet, and I saw that guy, right?
Yeah.
I was like, a lot of people need to go to therapy, and they don't even realize it. So he was talking. I don't even know who he is. Apparently, he's famous, but I don't know him. So he was talking about how his mom taught him how to French kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait a damn minute, what is going on? Have you heard about it?
Yeah, that's like, I think like his name is like Jim Jones from I just like learned his name, but I know him from Love and Hip Hop. And that guy, like, I don't know, like when I saw it, I was like, okay, no. There's some stuff that you do not need to teach your son, and that's one of them. You don't need to teach your son how to French kiss.
No. And just FYI, he wasn't like, oh, his mom taught him like how to do it, genre de manière théorique. He was like,
Yeah. She actually kissed him because people said, oh, did she like, how like when we were kids we used to maybe like try it with like our hands or whatever. So people actually asked him like during the podcast. That was just crazy. I was like, you know what, that's really crazy. And then he ended up being like, okay guys, this is a joke. And then a few minutes later you see like his mom like taking over the internet and being like, yeah, I did teach my son how to French kiss, and this is like important like lesson. Like what?
How did that go? I'm so curious. What shocked me the most is that they just continued the podcast like that was normal. Have you noticed? Like he said it, and nobody was like, wait, what? That happened? No, they just let it slide. And I was like, okay.
I feel like he needs like real friends, because if somebody like I know would have told me, yeah, my mom or my dad like they taught me how to French kiss, I will just be like, do you need Jesus? Like, do you like what is going on?
That
like,
is such a weird
dynamic.
dynamic.
No. That man needs to go like see somebody. He just needs to go talk over it.
What did your mom teach you?
A lot of things except for French kissing. Anything like, yeah, I think like, oh my god, I feel like she taught me so much. Even like how I like to clean myself, which was like I guess like pretty easy. Yeah, I feel like that's like something important to teach like your kids, like how to actually like take a shower. That's really important. But French kiss, no, it's really not. It's really not. That it's just disturbing.
Well, It is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. And then next on the list, we can talk about. So, what do you think about like the fresh and fit thing that's going on right now?
I swear, those guys, like, I've never. They are so problematic. They're always trending for something really silly.
Yeah.
What do I think about it? I don't know what I think about it, to be honest. I feel like that's what the podcast is based on. They really disrespect women a lot. So I'm not really surprised.
No, I'm not surprised because they really trying to be like, oh, our podcast, it's like to help men with finances. But really, when you go on their pages, it's like kicking the girl out, doing this and doing that. And I feel like this all happened because, for this week, actually, because there's so many like drama going on with them. Mm-hmm. For this week, it's like, I'm just going to put like, say it clearly. I'm not mad because they said I don't date black women. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm like, you know what? That's your preference. You're allowed to. It's really how they said it. They're like, well, I don't swing like this. I don't like play in the dark or whatever that they said. They're like, yeah, if you want to go like with the Shaniqua, the whatever.
It's disrespect.
It's just disrespect, right? Mm-hmm. And you would think they will like retract it and say, okay, yeah, we were actually really disrespectful and we didn't really like say it correctly. Guess what they did? They went like they dig up like they went like deeper. They're like, well, because like, you know, black girls are like ratchet, they're this, then that, da da da. And then when they're saying that, there's another black woman sitting at the table and they're like, but you're like an exception. And she's like, oh, thank you. I'm like, homegirl, this is not a compliment.
Oh, did she say thank you?
Yeah. She was like,
wow.
I'm like, this is not a compliment. This is not a compliment.
That's
for him to say that. I'm like, everybody, like, depending how you grew up, mm-hmm. there's certain things that you're going to do, certain way you're going to be acting. Like, there's white people, there's Asian, there's like brown, there's green, yellow in the ghetto. Like, it just depends, right? You cannot just say all black women. And then on top of it, I think like I saw online one person say it's just like their inner circle, where they hang out. So if like you want like wifey material, but you're meeting people at the club, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. What's your thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Honestly speaking, I feel like I don't really care about them like that. Like, I don't watch their podcast. I don't understand why they are so popular. What I'm interested in is placing it in a broader context, right? Like, why is it that black men have all those stereotypes on black women, you know? And why do they keep pushing that narrative? Like, it's not even true. Because you know why? Yeah, I was born and raised in Burkina Faso. And I didn't know I was black before I left Africa. Like, race was not something that we used to talk about. I didn't know I was black, you know? When I left, then I became black, right? Mm-hmm. So I also learned those stereotypes very late in my life, you know? Like, I had to learn that black people in the Western world were perceived a certain way. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting, because back in Africa, like, black Americans or black British are seen as cool, mm-hmm. you know? Like, we wanted to be like them. They were so inspirational for me, like, the culture, the music, we just liked everything about them. And then I moved and I'm like, oh, people don't like you here. Like, how come? You know, so many stereotypes. And like, I have so many black women that are my friends, and none of them are like that. None of them are loud, ratchet. Well, yeah, loud maybe. Right?
Yeah,
but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, right? But like the whole righteousness thing, like being rude, I don't see it around me like that. And when I see it, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I feel like it exists in every single race. Yeah. So I genuinely don't understand where that stereotype is coming from and why do so many black men keep pushing it.
Honestly, it's really sad. I really don't know. I was talking to my colleague yesterday because he's like 21, which is like pretty like funny. We're talking about it. And he was like, it's so weird because I will never, and he's a man. He's like, I will never talk about like a woman from like my country, how they talk about black women. I was like, oh.
Where is he from?
He's Armenian, I think, if I remember correctly. He's like, I will never talk about it. But at the same time, I'm like, why do we do that to each other? And then after that, they're like, oh, we don't know why like black women are like this. Sometimes that's why like I think like I kind of get like mad when I'm like social media and I see like the woman being like, black love, my like brother. I'm like, they're the same one like trashing you online, but
not all of them.
Not all of them. But the one they're like, when you have like a platform that it is this big, your voice is a little bit bigger than the one that don't have it.
But you know, that's the thing. People who don't agree with the bullshit do not follow them. And if they have such a large following, that means that a lot of people agree with what they said and a lot of people are inspired by them, right? So that's why I feel like they are not really the issue, and we really need to start thinking about it in like a broader context. Like, what is going on? Like, why don't you like us? What did we do?
I don't know. Maybe it's like some kind of trauma. I don't even think so, because I'm like, most of you guys like grew up with like women in your household, and the woman always like turn out better. I don't know why, but it's really sad. I think like this entire thing, and you're black, and one of them is hella dark too. Like,
did you say hella dark?
Yes, 100%. Like when I was like younger, that is why I'm like, I wish I kind of grew up like in Africa, because I wouldn't have like those like really like well, they're not traumatizing. I laugh about them now, but I said hella dark because when I was younger, it's like I have like this one friend, which we're still friends now. Somebody will say, hey, you're black. She's like, no, I'm not black, I'm brown.
Oh, okay.
And for us, I feel like we started like in such a young age, like with race and all of them, that I'm like, I'm like, it's so sad.
No,
it is so sad.
The vibe is definitely different. Like when you grew up in Africa and you came here later, it's a complete different mindset than when you were born and raised here.
Yeah, it's this entire, honestly, there's no conclusion to that. It's really, really sad how like everything was really sad. Honestly, I was like watching it and they thought people were mad because like, oh, we want to date you. No, I don't want to date you guys. How you guys talk to women and like just like throw them out because you don't agree to whatever that they're saying? Like, no, I don't know. It's just because you're being rude. And it's sad because like a lot of people will think those kind of like backhanded like compliments are coming from people that are not like the same color as us, which most of my life actually people that like told me, oh, you're pretty for a black woman, you're this for a black woman. Most of the time, there was like black men that were telling me this. It was not white men. There was actually like black men telling me this, and I was like, "Are you guys just trying to traumatize me?"
Yeah, I've definitely heard those things from black men more than other races. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
It is so crazy because I think like the last time I heard it, I was at the club with like my white friends, and then there's like one of like my white guy friends like standing right next to me, and this guy comes. He's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, good, you, whatever. And then on top of he wasn't my type, but I'm the type of person that like I don't like to reject people like rudely, because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me if like I had like the courage to go talk to you, you know. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk to him, and then like, you know, let him down like really easily. Then he's like, oh, you're the prettiest black girl here, you know. I'm like and then my white friend started laughing because he's hearing the conversation. He's laughing, turns around, he's like, Naomi, I'm pretty sure you're like the only black girl here. Which was so funny, but I just looked at him. I'm like, is this a compliment? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, it's not a compliment for me. And then he was just like, well, it's a compliment. I'm like, okay, again, it's not a compliment for me, but you know, you can go talk to the other black girl, which actually I ended up like doing the tour of that bar. No, I was the only black girl. I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed too.
Yo, what I got is, you are very educated for a black girl. I went on a date with that guy and he just asked me, what do you like to do or whatever? And I said that I really like reading. And he was like, oh, like, what's the last book you read? And we started talking about that. And he was like, oh, wow, that is so great. You're so educated for a black girl. And I was like, and he was black. He was really black.
Oh.
And
are you going on
even
this?
offended. I was confused because I don't understand it. I don't know where it's coming from. All the black women around me are very smart, very educated. Well, not all, but most of them, you know. So I don't know.
It's really sad.
Maybe it's a US thing.
Well, in Canada, for what I like to say,
that guy was American.
He was American. Okay.
Yeah, he was American.
What I like to say is that, like, in Canada, we know how to hide it. We just know how to hide it better. That's it. We just know how to hide it better. It's happening, but we know how to hide it. It's really sad. It's like one time, I think like a few years ago, this guy, I think like he wanted to go on a date with me, and then we went on a date, and he asked me to marry him. I was like, what? I'm like 21. Like, I just met you. Like, what?
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, like, listen, it was fun and all that, but like, I'm not ready for this. But thank you, whatever. And then it was by text while I was telling him that, because like he couldn't pick up his phone. And then he's like, yeah, négresse. I was like, what? Like, what? Are we going there? What is going on? Like, it just, it went from me like being like, I don't want this, to just like escalating. And I was like, okay.
Wow. Okay. Why are you angry? What is going on? Yeah.
I was like, well, okay. I ended up like deleting the number. I didn't even like bother like blocking it. I just like deleted his number. I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. Yeah. Then I don't know how he just came back. He's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, okay. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, the conclusion is,
well,
we don't care like that. You can date whoever you want to date. Like, it's not that deep, but just don't be disrespectful.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
don't need that. We don't.
You're allowed to have you're allowed to have a preference. Just don't be disrespectful about it. You know.
And it's okay if your name is Shaniqua, because that's a really nice name.
Yeah, honestly, but the name, like, it's like the Karen. Like, you know, Karen, now it's like a bad word. You know, at some point it was like, bye, Felicia. Like, I feel like we always, like, some people, I'm like, hopefully, like, there's never going to be something bad about, like, a Naomi, guys. I won't be able to handle it. I will change my name.
Oh, actually, like, the second topic was it second? Is it the third topic? I don't know. The next topic I wanted to talk about was our Montreal Karen. Did you see that?
Oh my God. Yes.
I swear those things only happen in the US. Like, well, when we see it on social media anyway. So I was so shocked that it happened in Montreal. I was like, who are you? Like, who is she?
I don't know, but apparently like her family is like powerful like lawyers here in Montreal. I'm like, girl, drop your name. Drop your name. I'll Google you. I'll see who's your family. But the thing is, like, one, I should not have laughed, but I laughed so hard because one, I was like, why are you speaking English? Like, at this point, you should just be speaking like French, because she was like, it was so bad. It was just so bad how she was speaking. I don't know if you remember. I was like, girl, you should have just stayed in French so we could all like understand you.
Was she a French speaker?
Yeah. She was a French speaker. You can hear it like in her voice, because she was maybe like saying someone
she was addressing was not speaking French. I don't know. Was she not talking to an Asian person?
I think the person behind the camera was Asian, and then the owner, like the manager of like the grocery store, they were replying to her like in English because she was trying to speak English. But you're at a grocery store. If you really want somebody to speak French, like they're gonna be speaking French for sure. And that guy, like the manager, was really old, so 100% he speaks French. But it was really like, it was so bad. It was just so bad how like she was doing it.
I've never seen that happening in Montreal.
Yeah, me too. I always like wonder, how would I react? How would you react if you're like in line at the grocery store and somebody turns around and start yelling at you like that? What would you do? I want to know.
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
I don't have time for that. I'm just gonna put my headphones on, do my grocery, and leave.
Really?
I'm not gonna do anything.
Oh my God, me, I have like my entire plan like prepared. I'm like, hopefully that day I'll like go to the grocery store, my makeup is done, I'm looking so good, and then she's gonna start talking crazy and I'll be like, girl, today you got the wrong girl, okay? And then I already have like my little like speech. Every single time I see those videos, I prepare my little speech. I'm like, girl, you're not gonna like catch me like slip up or say like a bad word. Like, I'm so ready for that. Hopefully it's gonna be a day where like my makeup looks really good. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. I'm like, if you don't do anything, I feel like they're just like more entitled. But at the same time, if like I answer, then I know like I can have
For
like
me to be really affected by racist acts, it has to be something that actually affect my life, like maybe my job, my education, my finances, like those kind of things. If it's just words, I just think you are stupid and I don't want to give you the time of the day.
No, I want to give the time of the day.
I'm like, I've heard so many times, well, not so many times, like, let me not exaggerate, but like a couple of times, they all, not in Canada, but when I was in England, definitely, they all go back to your country thing. And I'm like, can you remix it now? It's getting old.
I think like when I heard that, I'll say like, where are you going back to? Because most of the time, the people that always told me that, I'm like, you don't even have a land to go back to. Me, I'm going back to Congo. Where is you going back?
Yeah, same. When they're like, oh, go back to your country, I'm like, yeah, I mean, sure. I go back next summer. Like, what next?
Yeah, no.
It doesn't really affect me like
those
that.
type of things, like, I just laugh. Because most of the people that tell me that, I'm like, you don't even have your own land. You had to steal it. But okay, whatever. Moving on.
Why are you so shady?
I'm not shady. I'm stating the truth. Because like most of the people that told me to go back to my country, I have somewhere to go back. You don't.
All right, we gotta leave it there.
Mm-hmm. We will.
What's the next topic?
Okay, are we still staying in Quebec? Are we talking about our little friends, social media friends?
Yeah. So, should we apply for the position of influencer? Because apparently there's gonna be a huge shortage soon.
So, okay, listen. I have like one rule, like beginning of like the entire COVID, and then if I wanted to party with my friends, nobody was partying with their phones, okay? Because we were supposed to be like in quarantine, not able to see each other and whatever.
Are
so
you
if
just
like
admitting that you were partying in quarantine?
yes, 110%, I am. I don't care. Like what you're gonna do, it's fine.
Jesus Christ.
But there's no proof anywhere. Well, unless like somewhere in my snaps. But there's no proof of me ever posting it online. I never posted it. Nobody in my friends group ever posted them, right? If I had if I was able to go and party, would I have done it? Yes. Would I have recorded myself? No. It's like, I'm not mad at them for partying. I'm mad at them for like what they did in the airplane.
Okay, I feel like not everyone watching this is gonna be from Quebec. So do you wanna like talk about what actually happened?
Okay, so the influencers from Montreal or whatever it is in Quebec, they decided to go like to Cancun. Was it Cancun? I'm pretty sure it's Cancun. Yeah, and then honestly, they had such a good price too. It was like $2,000 for like the trip for 6 days. I was like, that's such a good price. I'm like, if like I knew somebody could sign me up, like I would have went. But really good price for like 6 days, and it was like all included, like all you can drink at all time. Like I'm like, damn, y'all really got a good price. But anyways, what happened is like they were at the what's called the airplane, and apparently there was a DJ there also. They hired a DJ. Yeah. I like followed that thing. Yeah, there was a DJ in the airplane. So then they started playing the music, and then like as soon as like they took off, obviously if they didn't take off and then they would have started doing their dumb shit, then they could have just.
I have a question. Was it a private plane?
No, it was not a private plane.
Okay.
No, it wasn't a private plane. So as soon as like they like went up, that's when they started acting up. Because if they were still on the on the ground and they started acting how they were acting, then they wouldn't have went. But they waited until it went up, start playing music, start smoking, drinking.
But how do you get in a plane with alcohol and like cigarettes? Because I swear they do. They check you out. Like, what? How did they do that? Because I remember once I just had a bottle of juice in my bag, and they asked me to take it out.
Yeah, but there's other way to like sneak in your alcohol, girl. Well, I don't know for cigarette.
Okay,
I know for alcohol.
Okay.
Well, even there's other way. Personally, I don't do it, but I know I do it if I have to go to the beach, because some beaches like they don't let you drink. So it's like I will have like I don't know, any kind of bottle, or like just, girl, there's ways. But anyways,
I think you can buy alcohol at the what do you call it? I think if you bought it from the airport itself,
yeah, I don't know, but anyways, they had like, I don't think it was from like maybe the airport, but I know it was not from the plane, because it was like a lot of alcohol. But anyways,
it was a lot of alcohol, and they were smoking as well. And I'm like, how is that safe? And I think one of them was actually a student studying to become a pilot.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, how are you smoking in a plane?
I'm like, honestly, I was just mad at like the attitude that they were having in the plane. It's like, nobody's mad at you for going partying in Cancun. Nobody. I'm like, live your best life. But it's just like how you acted. I'm like, and one of the homegirl, you know, it was you in the pictures. Don't be like I was sleeping the entire time.
How many of them?
I think it was like 150, 180, something like that.
Okay, you see, that's why I feel bad, because I'm pretty sure that not every single one of them was acting crazy, but I feel like all of them are gonna take the heat, you know?
Yeah. Well,
that is sad.
Girl.
No, for real, that is sad.
I know it's sad, but the thing is like,
some of them are facing jail time.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were just like getting like I know some of them got like fired. Like there's like this girl, she's a lawyer. She ended up getting fired. She like deleted her Instagram. I was like, that's really sad. But at the same time, 2022, you should learn better of how you act, because you know how you act. If it's on social media, your company is going to distance themselves from like that image. That you already know. You cannot be acting crazy on social media and expect that everything is gonna be fine. So I'm like, they're all in their 20s. They're all like around our age, so they know better. For me, I'm like, it's not cool how you guys acted. And then one of them, it's like a guy from like Journal de Montréal. He was talking to him, like asking him like, so how was like the trip or whatever. And then he's like trying to act like, you know, he's like a celebrity or something, like trying to kick off like the guy. I'm like, what's going on here? At least like if they were like, you know what, we acted like really wrong, because nobody's blaming them to go party, like going to Cancun. Nobody's blaming y'all people. Like have like the best time of your life. Like I will be proud of you, because I'm like, me too, I need to go have like the best time of my life. But it's the attitude that you guys had like in the plane. It's like if you sit down and be like, I'm sorry, we understand, you know, maybe trying to blame it on the pandemic and like how it's hard for like the moral.
Yeah, just be remorseful.
I feel like they would have like less heat if they were able to be like, you know what, we're taking it back. It was wrong. But them, they're like, we're gonna keep on living our best life. Like nobody's stopping you from doing that. But yeah, they just need to be like more like remorseful. I
remember one day I went to the cinema with a bunch of people. We were like 25 and we went to watch the movie. We just occupied the back rows, you know, and some people were being really loud, like acting, I wouldn't say crazy, but definitely, you know, they were not acting the way you're supposed to act in a cinema, right? And then security came and they kicked all of us out. And I was like, excuse me. So I feel like that's why I kind of sympathize with some of them, because I'm pretty sure some of them were like, I'm just trying to go to Cancun, you know, I'm not part of this madness, but like, you know.
Yeah, but
you need to be careful who you hang out with.
Yeah, exactly. It's like mostly if like they advertise like, yeah, we're going to be partying, there's going to be a DJ. Because they knew there was going to be a DJ.
A DJ in the plane?
I don't know how
I didn't see that in the videos.
There was a DJ. Yeah. They hired a DJ in the plane. Yeah, I like read like the description of the flyer. And yeah, there was a DJ, and the guy who actually organized this, he had like some trouble with like the police like a few years ago, because I think like he was doing like some like really shady stuff, and then he ended up like scamming for like 10 million. And then now like he came back. I don't know, it's like a really 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 sketchy thing, this entire thing. And I just hope for them they just like apologize, because yo, can you imagine like your like prime minister like calling you a sans dessin? Yo, honestly, change your name.
Happy.
He was not happy, yo. Okay, I haven't heard like a sans dessin in so long that like when I heard it, I was like, you know what? I would have changed my name, stayed in Cancun. Like, but honestly, I feel like if they apologize, like we're in Canada, we're in Quebec, out of like all of the places, I feel like if they apologize of like the way that they acted, I feel like people will be more understandable. Honestly, if they, because it's just the attitude in the airplane. Nobody blamed them for going to party. I'm like, do y'all people live your best life? I'm proud of you.
I think we'll forget about it by next month, to be honest.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Honestly.
Hopefully they learned their lesson.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm pretty sure they did. You know what I mean?
Because I feel like, I just feel like when you have a lot of followers, you start forgetting that you are not above certain things. You know, c'est genre tu prends un peu la grosse tête, tu vois, and you start feeling like, okay, certain things don't apply to me. So it's good to remind people that, you know.
Hopefully you guys learn.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, next thing that's been trending, I will say it's well, there's like kind of like controversial type of thing going on with like the vaccine passport and like the third dose that they've been talking about. And shout out to all my friends that are not vaccinated, that cannot be like, they cannot go to like SIQ or SQDC starting January 18th.
That was so specific.
I just had like, shout out to them.
Is it confirmed? I thought they were
January 18th.
I thought they were just considering it.
No, they put a date.
They put a date.
Yeah, January 18th. That's why I say shout out to you guys.
No, like for the first dose, right? For people.
No, for people that are not vaccinated, January 18th, they cannot, like, you need your your passport.
So is it 2 doses?
Yeah, it's 2 doses for now. They're like trying to push the third one. I'm pretty sure by March they're gonna be like, you need the third one. I'm like, yo, I'm so tired. Okay, I took already like 2 doses because I wanted my life to go back to normal, because they said like our life will like go back to not normal but like sort of like a new normal. And then now we're here with like the third dose. I'm just like, I'm tired.
You know what? I feel like it's a situation nobody was really ready for. And
yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're doing their best. You know,
I know they're doing their best, but I'm tired.
At the end of the day, hospitals are being filled with people and they need to do something about it.
Yeah, but at this point, it's like,
because we complain a lot, but what would we do? Like, it's not easy to,
well, yeah, because nobody will never be able to manage like a pandemic.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, like, I'm tired. I'm tired of like going back to like a curfew. Like, I'm pretty sure like Quebec, we had the most curfew. If like we like being like in quarantine, like we did it longer than anywhere else. You know what I mean? It's like, at least if you say something and then you stay like, you're trying to stay like constant for like at least like more than 6 months, people. Like, we cannot be like changing rules every month. And then people just get tired. It's like, for me, like I got so upset the fact that they closed everything less than 24 hours from like New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that was rude.
You know what I mean?
That was rude.
I'm like, you guys are just making people really tired. And it's like, now we're talking about the third dose. And now like people that are not vaccinated cannot access that. And they're thinking about like limiting even like grocery stores and stuff like that to like people that are not vaccinated.
Grocery stores?
Yeah, they're like thinking about it. They're thinking about like adding more stuff for people that are not vaccinated to not be able to access.
Many people are not vaccinated.
It's like a little less than 10% of the population here that are not vaccinated. So it's like those type of measures, I'm like, really, like, do you really want to just like, because they're also thinking about like making like the vaccine like mandatory. And I'm just like, at this point, you're just removing the choice that like people have. Because yeah, I understand we want to protect like, you know, people, like we want to protect each other and get the vaccine. But at the same time, it's like, oh my God, it's changing every single time. And I don't have my freedom. And I went and got the vaccine, well, to protect myself, but to also have like my freedom back and being able to go out. And now it's like, you might need like a third one if you're going to keep on having like your freedom.
I mean, you know what? If your freedom involves other people risking their lives, is it really freedom? Because what is happening is people that are not vaccinated are the one filling the hospital beds. You know,
well, 50%.
50%.
And yeah, they're 50%. It's really half.
Okay.
If it was 51%, you know, I would be like, damn, people. No, it's actually 50%.
I just feel like it's not easy. Like, I don't have enough knowledge or, you know, enough understanding of the whole situation to really have an opinion on it. But I genuinely believe that they are doing their best. So we all need to be patient and just pray that this thing.
Girl, ends. You tired, okay? You want to go back to the restaurant, okay? Everybody's like tired.
But we can't just complain. We need to
yeah, that's all we can do. It's complain. That's what we're all gonna do. We're gonna be complaining because there's nothing else to do. Well, I'm not gonna go and have like a riot or whatever. Because at the end of the day, I do understand what's going on, and nobody can like actually like give us like the right answer, like the right thing to do to just end it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So all I can do is complain. Literally, that's all I can do.
Complaining need to have a purpose.
Well,
you can't just complain.
Well, what purpose are we gonna have?
Actually, okay. What's the solution? That's all I want to know.
Well, there's no like real solution. I cannot offer a better solution. Nobody can offer you a better solution.
So.
Yeah, so all I'm gonna do is gonna be complain. Yeah, because it's fun. That's about it.
Next topic.
No, it's hella fun. I'm gonna be complaining because there's nothing else to do.
Your accounts with you.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Because I'm not gonna go.
That girl just said that complaining was fun.
Yes, 110%. Well, listen. It's like people that were like in Miami and then they went to the club and they had a sign like saying like F le go. I thought it was pretty funny. I was, you know what?
I swear Le Gaulle is the most hated man of Quebec right now. I feel so bad for that guy.
I thought it was really funny. I saw that. I really laughed. Would I ever write it down and say like F look? No, I would not do that because I do understand that like, you know, homeboy's trying to do his best.
He's really trying. I think everybody's trying.
In the public eyes, it doesn't look like it. But you know what? For like your security, I do get it. But I still find it hella funny. It's still extremely funny. I'm not gonna lie. I still find it funny. Because what else are we gonna do? I feel like I prefer like complaining and joking around it than like being at home and being like, oh, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like people are just like, you know, prefer like making memes, laughing about it, having like a better like moral.
No. I'm fine with the memes. I just feel like some people are genuinely angry, you know, and they are like really, you know, it's like come up with a better solution then. Like.
But still, again, shout out to all the people that are not vaccinated. No, honestly, I find it so funny the fact that they actually said they won't be able to go like to SIQ and like SQDC. And did you see the amount of like people that went to get their first dose?
I was gonna say first dose appointments jump from 1,500 to 6,000 in one day after SIQ and
SQDC, yeah.
Vaccine announcement, and I was like, oh wow.
I find it extremely funny. I'm gonna keep on laughing about it because I don't want to be sad about it. What can we do? Just let's laugh. Maybe we can plan like a vacation to Cancun. Moving on to next topic. Another one that actually makes me laugh also. That's pretty sad.
I know what it is.
Yes.
The Kloe Kardashian thing.
Yes. Oh yes. That also makes me laugh a lot.
You know what? You're right. At this point, it's funny. Like, you know, before, I felt really bad for her.
I never felt not even a tiny bit. Not even. Never, ever did I ever felt bad for that girl. Like, I was just
Why?
sitting there. I was waiting for karma to come back at her. Because the thing is it Christian Thompson? Or what is like first name again? He's like from Toronto. Tristan. Oh, yeah. Homeboy, he had a girlfriend or whoever it was. Got her pregnant. While she was like, I think like 7 months in.
Yeah.
He got with Kloe. While she knew homegirl was pregnant. Got with him. And got pregnant when homegirl was still pregnant.
But was he cheating on her with...
Well, rumors were like he was cheating because they were supposed to be together and she was having his kid. But the thing is, for me, I think like a few years ago, I was on, was it Bumble or I don't remember. I think it was like Bumble or Hinge. I don't know because I don't use Tinder. But one of those, and this guy, we're talking whatever. I'm like, so what are you looking for? And then he's like, oh, I'm just going with the vibe. I just had a kid. Blocked. Go take care of your kids. Why are you here? You just had a kid. Like, he literally said, I just had a kid like less than a month ago. Go take care of your kid. Because I do understand, like, you guys are maybe not together, but I'm like, your kid was just born. Like, go take care of, like, this kid just popped out. Like, go take care of it.
For real.
Right? I'm like, you shouldn't be out here. Like, go take care of your kid. Like, don't be, like, you don't have to be with the mother. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I think, like, maybe take some time to, like, be with your kid. Go
definitely.
over your stuff.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So, no, I thought that was really, really messed up because the first one was pregnant when Kloe got pregnant, right? And then, yes. Okay. So that is why I never felt like one tiny bit like bad for her because I was like, this is really bad karma. As women, we shouldn't be doing that to another woman. Like, send back this man. Mean like, go sort off your stuff. Like, don't be out here like.
How old is he?
He's only like 29, 27 or something like that. Yeah, he's still like in his 20s, like, or like just barely turned 30, I think.
How old is Kloe?
37, 38 or something like that. Yeah. So they got together. And then obviously while she was pregnant, homeboy cheated. Karma. And then after that, like we had like the whole like Jordan thing. Which again, I was like, Jordan. I was not too mad at her.
I was mad at both of them.
I was not really mad at her. I was like, girl, you young.
Are you serious? Oh my, no, I can't.
Yes.
What do you mean you young? She's not young. She's an adult.
She's okay.
And
listen.
she knew that guy was with her best friend sister.
But the thing is, all the party that he throws, Kloe is never invited. Is that her fault?
Irrelevant.
He's not like that's not her fault. That's
because
like a group of friends.
Doesn't mean that
but like the thing is like it's like a group of friends, and then you guys like at a club and decide to go to an after party. Mm-hmm. And then you're just like in the vibe. You're like, okay, let's go. Not really thinking much of it.
Naomi, no.
I'm gonna listen.
No,
she was not thinking. That's all I'm gonna say. She was probably not thinking like clearly.
Yeah, and that's stupid. That's why I'm mad at her. Why was she not thinking?
Maybe because she had alcohol inside of her. So yes, and then. So the whole like Jordan thing happened. She's like, you're a home wrecker. I'm like, girl, she's not a home wrecker. She's not the one who broke your family. But the whole thing like keep on going, cheating, taking him back, cheating, taking. I'm like, girl, you're not tired of this. Like, this is embarrassing. And then a few like months ago, it all started when like this new girl popped out and said, I'm pregnant with your baby. And he's like, no, I'm going to retire. Because, like, apparently he's, like, a basketball player also. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to retire. Like, you can just take, like, X amount. I'm not going to be able to support you. This is not my kid. He, like, blasted her on social media. And the girl's like, you know what? Let's do the test. The test came back. And you are the father. like, I was just like... Wow, the test came back and you are the father. Like,
that is so embarrassing.
It really
so
is.
Embarrassing. Who's the girl?
I don't know her. Like okay. I don't even know her name. She just popped out of like nowhere. But yeah, so he is the father, and he wrote like this long thing that like says like, oh, I apologize to Kloe or whatever, which I don't even think he wrote. I think Chris told him to write it. Like,
Probably.
it's so sad. And Chloe's like, I'm not gonna take him back. I'm like, girl, we've heard this song before. Please stop embarrassing yourself. We heard it before. You said you didn't want to like take him back, then you took him back, then like he did the same thing. I'm like, hopefully 2022 she's gonna level up and stop forgiving, because like you can co-parent without being together. You can respect each other, you understand what he did was wrong, move on with your life, but still be like in good like terms for your kid. You don't have to be like together to like raise your kid like correctly, because anyways he has like 2 other baby mama. That's all I have to say.
Oh, imagine like 3 kids from 3 different women.
Well, Future has like 7 or 8.
I swear those people live in a different world than us. You know, that's why I just take them as entertainment, to be honest. Because I can't take any of them seriously. Like, anyway, that was fun.
Yeah.
So I think,
Tristan Thompson, aka Community Dick. That's all I have to say. I had to put on this comment because it truly is. He truly is. Tell me I'm wrong.
What I'm gonna say is
so I'm not wrong. So I am not wrong. Thank you very much
for watching and listening. Yeah. Can you?
I know I was right this entire episode. I was right. If I was wrong, please let me know.
Please let her know. Please, I beg, let her know.
Girl, you couldn't even say I was wrong, please. But it was a lot of fun, just like going over stuff. And can you imagine all of this happened and we're still first week of like of the new year?
Yeah, for real.
So I guess like stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
And take care of yourself.
Exactly. That's a wrap. Girl.